something fun. So neither one of us have swapped an engine before, but we're gonna get started and pulling the engine out of my car, and we're gonna be swapping in an Ecotec out of like a 08 to 12 Chevy car, like the Malibus, the HHRs, G6s, etc. So we're doing a 2.4 liter LE5. We can probably tune it to make about 160-ish horsepower, maybe a little bit more if we're lucky. We get to keep the same trans, same diff, we have a trans adapter and everything. We're buying a whole kit from Ecotec Miata. Our budget, we're trying to stay around $5,000 or less. Stay tuned.
This is definitely one of the most economical engine swaps. So that is kind of why we're doing it. It's economical and fairly straightforward as far as swaps go. And for all you haters, they're still gonna make fun of 170 horsepower. It's like a 70% increase, so.
So today we're gonna be just kind of prepping. We're gonna take the hood off and maybe start disconnecting the engine. We don't have a cherry picker or an engine stand just yet, so we're just gonna kind of get going. We'll probably pick that up this weekend and slowly do this. We're not in any rush. I mean, right now it's the beginning of November. We're hoping to have this done maybe by the end of March, so we're not too worried about it. But the sooner we can start on it, the sooner we can finish and work through a little bit of bugs and kinks and little things that we don't know that can go wrong since we've never done this before. So yeah. Alright, so we got some done tonight. We got the intake out and everything disconnected that we can. Yeah, we got to drain the coolant next and undo everything for fuel. What else do we got to do?
Disconnect the exhaust, disconnect the power steering and the AC. Motor mounts, disconnect, separate from the trans.
So lots more to go. We got some done tonight, nothing too crazy. So yeah. Alright, so it's day 2. Yesterday we got some work done, but this morning we went and got an engine stand and a cherry picker from my parents. So we're gonna borrow that and hopefully get this pulled, but we realized we don't have a wrench to get the O2 sensor out, so we'll be making a Harbor Freight run at some point in time, but we're gonna start draining the fluids, starting with the coolant and then engine oil, and keep going. I think we got everything unplugged from the harness, and I think that's ready to go. three.
Okay, day 3. Yesterday we got the header out, radiator, 2 of the 8 transmission to motor bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Struggled with the other 6.
Yep.
We tried doing them by hand. Then we found out that we had put it back together from doing the clutch with a 1/2 inch air gun.
Back, yep.
Yeah, so was not easy to do. And
No, they're
it was
tight.
at the end of the night, so we were getting a little frustrated with it. So we're here to do it again today with a little bit more power. And then undo the motor mounts and hopefully get the engine out. Oh, and disconnect the fuel lines.
Yep.
We didn't do that yesterday. Yeah, like I mentioned before, this is our first time doing it, so we're hoping this is going to go well. We're pretty optimistic. So we had thought we were ready like, an hour ago to pull the engine, and then we realized the starter is connected to the engine and the trans, so we had to disconnect that. And those bolts are probably the hardest to get to out of everything we've done so far, at least for us. But it's finally out, thanks to Al, and I think we're ready. So. it took us 3 evenings, kind of taking our time with it to get it out. We had a couple of hiccups, as you saw earlier in the video. The ground was attached to the engine and to the car. This ground wire, like all the way back here. And we were yanking on the cherry picker, not knowing that it was still attached right there. And then the starter, we had a little miscommunication there on that. But yeah, the engine is out. There's a couple things we still have to take off of this and clean it up a little bit. We already have a seller lined up. Thankfully, we didn't have to list it on Marketplace or anything, which is super cool because I can't stand listing on Marketplace. But we also need to take the engine harness out and the ECU out. The buyer also wants that as well. And then we get to do some engine bay cleanup. I finally get to paint it black. It looks black, it's pretty dark, but it's actually green. It's a 97M edition, so it's like that dark green color. Finally scrub this engine bay, get it more simplified, take out as much as we can. Yeah, so this wasn't too bad, right? What are your thoughts about it?
No, it was fairly straightforward, minus the few things that we forgot. Yeah, other than that, it wasn't too bad. Pulling the harness can be annoying. But
Yeah, we may or may not make a video on that. We're not sure what we want to do. We have a week to do it, so just
yeah,
a little bit at a time. So yeah,
cool.
thanks for watching.